25th edition of Tom's Tourney, live here in Bruges in Belgium. Live here on fanseat.com. My name is Benjamin Rees. I'm going to be guiding you through the games today. There's some really exciting things to start as we get down to crunch time in the tournament. We've got a semi-final here in the women's division between Germany under 24 and Grunt from the Netherlands. Both teams just making their final preparations. Shaking hand, and that is the sound, the signal that the time is now running. We are off here in Bruges. We've got Grunt wearing the red and black shirts. They're going to be starting on defense, it looks like, going from left to right. The Germans wearing the white with the black shorts, starting on the right-hand side of the screen. Going to be starting out on offense here in this game. The Dutch team are going to pull from this from towards this near sideline, so you can hear players slap hands in the background, introduce themselves. Nice to see that both teams still looking for a good, fair game, despite the fact that we're getting down to the nail biters in this tournament. We're off here. Germany going to work the disc down the field here. Forsch now with the disc. She's going to reset to Tisson. Tisson now with the disc for that high release. Well attacked in that dump space by Gerher. Back at this gut field now. Germans look pretty comfortable so far. Not a lot of movement downfield, trying to isolate a cutter in this lane. It's Walcott on this near sideline. Going to shoot deep. Getting the disc near the end zone. Brinker now with the disc. Looking to swing it back in. Got a person going up line, doesn't like it. Chooses instead to reset back into the middle. Just now with Gerner. On the doorstep of the end zone, Germans are going to convert. Calm, methodical offense to open this game on their part. Starting with a 1-0 lead. That was incredibly efficient now there from the German side. You can see the team all come onto the field, trying to motivate their team. After an excellent start on offense, they'll hope to continue that momentum in onto the defensive line, see if they can generate some turnovers here. Meanwhile, Grunt will put on an offensive line, looking to change their fortunes here. You can probably see on the sidelines the Germans bringing a much bigger squad and a bigger sideline here. So now that we're on the Sunday of the tournament, maybe a bit tired legs. First game of the Sunday morning as well after the big party last night. Be interesting to see if those extra bodies will help the Germans here, or perhaps maybe the extra chemistry provided by the school squad of the Dutch side will prevail. Big ball goes deep from Tisson. Centre that field. Swung towards this near sideline. We've got a zonal look coming out here from the Germans. Getting trapped right on this sideline. Four-person cup in very close. She's a scooper over the top of the cup towards the break side. I like that idea. Getting it out of there. Paula Bass now with the disc. She's going to reset it to Ruiz. Just got that fast line. I've seen Bass doing a lot of the heavy lifting early on here. There are players poached on this far side of the field, but interested if they choose to take it all the way over the top. Instead scoopering back into the middle. Trying to get movement upfield before that cup can clamp down again. Faking, trying to spread that cup out. Nice work, getting it through the IO lane there by Kulatz. And then sees the opportunity, but maybe rushes the throw. Windows do tend to close very, very quickly in these zonal coverages. Jones with the chance to break. Dutch at the first time asking, nice grab, outstretched arm. Excellent work by Tisson. Looks that field. Receiver there wide open, looked like a bit of a bust in coverage. It's reaping now with the disc. Working upfield to Spanneth. Isolates Tisson in the dump space. She finds the space on that with that backhand high release, hitting in that inside out channel. But it's just too far for the intended target. The Dutch side are going to work against this zone again. And comfortable to scuba over the top of that cup all day, which I am very excited to see. Absolutely love a scuba. Boss is going to rip that towards the far side. Defender closing in, is going to tail back. And well defended there. That is excellently done by Laura Riping. Put a nice read on it. Positioned to body well in order to be the only player who had the chance of getting that. Just goes down the line. Nice catch from the outstretched arm of Nayes. They shoot for the end zone. Spanneth just can't quite gather it in cleanly. Came so close there to the break, but just can't get our hand set properly. We'll see if Grunt can do it now at the third time of asking. Again, scubaing over the top. That is a sultry scuba. This coming towards this break side. Like it back in towards the middle. That's where you want to have it against this zone. Give yourself both sides to hit. Don't get trapped. Oh, off to the races, finding the spaces through. Big shout from the sideline. German side transitioning into single coverage here. Whose dividends? Small windows, the throw just behind the receiver. She can't make the play. Must off the hands of Kularts. Tisson strides over to pick up the disc. Vertical set here for the Germans. Trying to isolate both, lots of space on the open and break side. Nice find in that inside out channel of Brinker. She resets to Tisson. Bleeding forehand around the defence. Tisson getting it almost every other pass here. Bouncing off the hands of the intended target, Riping. There was another play, I think it's Brinker behind her, who got a second shot on it but couldn't quite adjust her hands in time. Germans coming back in this zone. With that high release backhand over the top. Good position there from the defender, from the offender even, boxing out players around her. Tisson comes in, tries to steal through for the block, but he's not there. Kularts with the disc here. Transition back again into that one-on-one coverage. Sparks on the sideline. She's going to ping it. Tisson's beaten deep, and it's called for the score. It's Martia Kulin there with the goal. She got beyond the receiver. It's an excellent put as well. Over the head of the defender, not having a chance to get it. It took them a while, but the Dutch side do tie this up. A few minutes in, it's 1-1 here in this semi-final in the women's division. After the beautiful sunshine we had yesterday, hopefully we'll get that later. It is forecasted to come out, but very overcast here early going in Bruges. At the early games yesterday, some teams had a bit of a problem with finding their footing in cuts, maybe a bit of precipitation on the ground caused them to fall over, and a couple of spills with the disc as well. Not quite able to get their hand set properly on the slippery disc. We won't be interested to see if that does come into play. We've had a couple of drops already here. The Germans come out on offense. Going on there with the disc. Faking upfield. Grunt have gone into a zone as well. 4 players in close, 2 patrolling that middle area. Defender in the deep space as well, but Germany doing very well at working their way through. Going to fake the big. Thought about it, but probably a good decision to holster. Nice high release backhand over there to Lieberth. Just beginning to get trapped, but nice find. Tisson through the cup. And there's players seem to be running all over the here. Nice transition into that person coverage. Backhand is just on the doorstep of the end zone. Chooses to reset to Tisson. Person coming through in the striker instead chooses to break it all the way around. Disc in prime position here. And unfortunate there, did all the right work, got it right into the middle, into the hands of Forsch. She's a very good thrower, but that time just tight window, maybe rushing the throw. Knew exactly what she wanted, but just wasn't quite able to execute there. Grunt will have a chance to break now. Getting the replay of it. Nice swing into the middle. And the receiver does have steps, but just rushing the throw, eager to get the throw off before the break, before the force can set and prevent that break. Kulat's now with the disc. Rifling it through, nice adjustment by the receiver. Excellent work. And they're going to shoot deep again, looking for that front cone. It is well defended. Moncow, I think, the intended target there, but coverage was tight. We're going to get a second look at it here again. Attacking that front cone. Really well defended by Brinker. Positioning herself in front of the receiver, not giving her a chance to get that, smothering the disc. The wind beginning to pick up here now as well, which will benefit both these teams, showing a willingness to play zone early. Gerner now with the disc. Coming towards this near sideline. As it is yesterday, the wind is coming towards this near sideline. Maybe blowing slightly right to left, but mainly a crosswind. Nice catch. Running through the zone here now, the Germans. Threading that through the cup. Off the races. They are not hanging around here. They are not hanging around. Gerner with the disc. As the transition to single coverage comes from the Dutch side. Got Schaefer now with the disc. Trying to get up line, the defender comes in but can't get there in time. Leaves someone open down the field. That's a huge layout grab. Just to toe the line, not quite in the end zone there. Huge from Liebert. And she's going to put it in. Nice footwork for the goal as well by Forsch. Got near the end zone, the window's tightened, but Germans willing to put their body on the line. Sacrificing some bumps and bruises there in order to save the disc. And it pays dividends as they do get the goal. It's a hold for the Germans and they now lead 2-1. Seeing that now again, Gerner breaking it around. Huge full extension, getting completely horizontal there. It's a huge layout grab. Excellent work by Liebert. You'll be seeing that in plenty of highlight reels. And a nice little footwork there as well by Forsch, dragging that right foot down behind that line. Teams begin to warm up on the sideline for the future games we've got on the stream today. Jam-packed full of ultimate. It's going to be an absolutely thrilling day here. Gerner will pull here for the Germans. Greeted by Moncow. Ross with it is looking for that deep shot. It's not there. Instead isolates the receiver underneath. It's Dan. And the disc goes up, but there's a receiver with steps. She's got to bring this in, and indeed she does. That is a lovely put. Good hustle by Inkenhag to make the play. Defenders nowhere near. It's all about the throw in that situation, I think. As a cutter, you are so eager to receive it when the thrower can almost put it on a plate for you there. We're going to have another look at that. I think it's Kulas who's shooting that down that far sideline. It's a wonderful throw. The disc coming back in towards the centre of the pitch, towards the receiver. Plenty of time and space for Inkenhag. And you can see how much that means to them. They are pumped. As well they should be, tying this game up at 2-2. this could be one of these situations where a bit of a chill in the air so far this morning. Maybe having the smaller roster could work in Grunt's favour. A lot easier to keep yourself warm and keep yourself energised when you're playing a higher percentage of the points. When you have a larger squad and you rotate through a bit more, it can be quite difficult to keep your muscles warm, keep your head in the game. Kulat's is going to pull this ball deep. It's going to land just short of the end zone, but it's fielded well. Tisson now has it in the disc. She's been doing a lot of work already. Another zone look here from the Dutch side, slightly different. Looks like 3 up front, 3 in the middle, and then 1 at the back. Germans happy to swing back and forth until they can open those spaces in the middle. Trying to manipulate the defenders downfield, open up the spaces. Gerner now with the disc. He's going to swing it into the centre. Tisson has it now. Going to offload it back to Gerner. Scoobering over the top. Liebert's in plenty of space, no risk there. Fakes that big, decides against it. Instead, he's going to swing it back into the middle, and the disc goes all the way over to that far sideline to Schaefer. Transition's going to come now to that single coverage. Nice little lead pass through for the handler, Tisson. Beating her man upfield, worried about her getting it in the dump space. Brinker is going to shoot up the line as well. Kulat's read that all the way. Perhaps saw that the handler had locked onto the receiver there, not aware of the rest of the coverage around, and coming in nice to get behind and get up early to make the play. A leading blade to the handler to get it out of that space. Throw into tight coverage is going to be knocked away. Brinker making amends for that earlier turn, getting it back there. Gerner strides purposefully towards the disc. I wonder what she has in mind here. Looking to get the handler up the line. It's not there, instead choosing to swing it all the way around, floating into the middle of the pitch. Liebert with the disc. She'll find Tisson. Brinker's going to get up line for the score. 3 on that open side. Through the turn early at the point. Making amends, getting the D, and then subsequently following it in with the score for the bookends. The Germans regaining the lead here. It's 3-2 in their favour. That's an excellent pop by Kulat, as well as reading the play well. Going up nice and high, not giving the receiver any chance, slamming the door in her face. See the German side there making discussions about how they're going to play this next D point. Going to have another look at the goal here. Little shimmy. Defender's back turned, beats her into that open side space. Making it look easy there. Something that we've seen the Germans do very effectively is keep really confident handlers on the D-line as well, so when they get the turns, they're able to generate some offense. A lot of teams, when they do generate turns, struggle, but the Germans look quite effective, even if they haven't punished chances as much as maybe they could have. Bars now with the disc, swing it towards that far sideline. Little blade over the top, threading the needle through. Grunt gaining ground before the Germans can close up again. There's player poached on the far side, but instead Tisson sees it coming and wastes no time in shooting that deep, but it's going to be too far. Maybe just rush the throw slightly. There was a window there, but not able to take it. It's a very dangerous situation there for the Dutch side, but instead they're going to get another chance at this on offense. Wouldn't surprise to see this instant swing to the near side, and they do. But nice job to work it through, not let them get trapped there. That's fine by Bars. We see her again on this sideline, shooting it deep. There's a defender, there's a player there. Nice feet. very much in. Good feet by Monkow. Person defense now for the Germans, transitioning out of that zone. Ruiz here with the disc. Signal made downfield in the stack. There's been a pick called. One of the Germans not able to catch up with her mark. Someone else in the way. Nice catch made with the left hand. Inkenhagen now with the disc, who caught that huck, the previous offensive point for Grunt. She's going to go up line again for the score. Another goal for her. She is hyped as well. They should be, and they're going to need that if they're going to take this game away from the Germans. Tying it up now, 3 points each. Another look at that toe-in down this sideline. See, they're keeping that left foot down while her body leans out of bounds. Very much in the pitch there. Maybe had a bit more space to work with as well, not quite on the sideline, so that's good presence of mind, knowing where you are, knowing what you have to do in order to keep that disc in bounds. And then nice strike cut up the line there by Inkenhagen, giving the disc and immediately bursting up line. Defender at her back for the score. Looks like he's enjoying it as well. Just now swung into the middle for Gerner as Germans start this offensive point. More zone D from the Dutch. They got what they want, just a simple drop from the Germans, looking upfield about what to do next and not focusing on getting that catch. Menard picked up the disc. In the up line, good grab by Kularts. She's been very effective so far this game. Looking to the end zone. Instead he's going to try and jam that IO flick through. There is a receiver there, but it's going to go out the back of the end zone. Storkamp rising perhaps there, trying to find the window, but not able to stop the throw from rising over the intended target's head. Gerner, no mood to waste time here. Streaking through that zone. Just up it onto this near sideline. Kuhn with the disc. Trying to squeeze it down the sideline. Excellent catch. There's a person left wide open. Can't quite put the throw there though. Tisson's going to get up line just shy of the end zone. Illustrating where she wants this to go. Instead he's going to take that reset around to Gerner. She's going to continue it towards that far sideline. Brinker's got it now. Back into the middle for Gerner. Running this handler movement very efficiently. Defender comes off to try and stop that past the open side, and they're able to recover efficiently. Tisson able to break the force there towards the break side for Lieberth. Tisson's going to go back into the end zone for the score. Lovely handler movement, just confident, patient, resetting it around. Swinging the disc from sideline to sideline, really stretching the defense out until that hole opened. Tisson running through from the handler position there for the goal. 4-3 now to Germany. Getting another look at this here. You see Kularts begin to poach and flash into that lane, disrupt that throw. Tisson recognises that she's become poached. Goes back. Kularts out of position, isn't able to stop the break. Keeps her eyes on the throw, perhaps a bit too long, not quite on her mark. Tisson notices this, burns downfield for the goal. Exciting stuff early doors. Looks like we're going to have a nice, tight, intense game here. Nearly halfway through already. Doesn't feel like it though. Time flying by in this enthralling contest. I think maybe the first bad pull we've seen so far today, that is going out this near sideline. At least they're going to bring this in from the brick mark. You see there the Germans choosing to start in a zone set. Player open on this near side. Is Nena Ruiz. We're not surprised to see them swing it there instantly. Perhaps the over-the-top shot to the break side, but they do take this one to this near side here. Ruiz now with the disc, thinks about breaking it around. Instead choosing to take over the top, Bar swinging it all the way towards that break side. Good decision making. Making the defense really work, not letting them a chance to get set, but they are trapped in the set now. Nice crash coming through the cut from the handle space by Bas. And there's been a call down there. A little discussion about what's going on. Players trying to keep themselves warm during that little stoppage. On that far sideline, big expansive fake there, trying to split the cup apart. Really beginning to clamp down now. Almost a knife over the top there, really vertically released backhand. Proves effective though, gets the target. Disco on the sideline with Lienenga. Trying to run that through, blading it around. Dasha taking maybe some riskier throws here in order to try and crack open this defense. Being pushed back. Hammer over the top to Bas. Very close, but tall defender in the deep space. Comes in to make the play, Spaneth. Foul called there by Bas. A lot of discussion here about what you think took place. See this again. Hammer over the top, maybe getting a bit frustrated by continually swinging it down the thing. It's a tight call. Did seem like there was contact there. Discussion about whether it affected what went on or whether the disc had already gone down. Both teams trying to keep themselves warm on the pitch and on the sideline. In the end, the disc is going to go back on a contested foul. I don't think we'll be seeing that hammer again this time. So takes the swing to the near side. Low disc is rescued. Trying to shoot that blackhand down the sideline. Spaneth comes in a bit late. I think the receiver Lienenga did have that disc. It doesn't look like that's going to be contested. Good spirit there from both sides. Just swung back into the middle. Looking for Bas underneath, hits her with that high release. Immediately looks to the centre, trying to get the disc off that dangerous sideline. Nice grab made on that rising disc. Shown to the end zone by Janssen. Incomplete. Saw the space and where she wanted the disc to go, maybe not quite executing as effectively as she would have hoped. Germans picking this up, choosing not to bring it towards the front of the end zone, instead deciding that with no mark, Garner's going to shoot deep instantly. Two big receivers in the deep space. One of the receivers there, two ladies chasing after it. Riping hits the floor, maybe after contact from Bas. Looks like that's not going to be contested there. Spaneth is in the area as well. Good decision there from the Germans with two really tall receivers streaking deep to try and hit them instantly. Backhand's going to float. Going to be people under it. It is well knocked down to the floor in the end. Janssen being very effective in that space. I love seeing Gerner deciding, actually, rather than bring it towards the front of the end zone. With no mark, going to make the most of that and instantly shoot deep. Disc is turned though, first pass by the Dutch side. Going with the disc. Disc on that far sideline, looking to swing it off the line. Riping shoots it to the end zone. Bass reads that all the way. And now she's going to shoot deep. Sprawling mass of humanity under the disc there. In the end, it is knocked away. Riping will pick it up quickly. No mood to hang around. Spanath now with the disc. Back to Gerner as the Germans transition into their offense. Riping running a little give-go there with Gerner. Nayes now with the disc. He's going to get back to Gerner. Directing traffic downfield. Tight wind on the IO line, but does find Riping. Going to shoot down that break side. Spanath is there, looking for the quick dish into the end zone. Did not see the defender coming. Liedenger smacks that down with authority. She was not letting that one go through. Just relaxed maybe for a second there, the Germans thought the point was already won. Liedenger had other ideas. Bass once again is going to shoot deep. Spanath is loitering in that deep space. Disc is going to go up. She goes up nice and early and makes the play. The defender was behind her, but she's so rangy. She's able to close that gap so quickly, and when the throw hung, come in and disrupt it for the D. Going now with it, just looking for Riping underneath. Nice high release backhand into the middle. Nice with the disc now, going back to Gerner, and she's going to burn the timeout here. Both teams have one per game. Germans deciding that now is the time to use theirs. Just over halfway through now already, 30 minutes gone. This point taking a while. Good opportunity for the Germans here to refresh, take a breath, put some ideas about what they're going to do on this offensive point. With the game so tight, often it's a question of mental strength. Just who has that extra gear that they can find. Who can dig out a special play from somewhere. In games like this, often it's just one play that can prove pivotal. German coaches drawing up some plays in the huddle. You can see here the respective sizes of the squads. A lot of German players there, bringing to the sideline as well. Rude choosing instead that smaller squad, perhaps with better chemistry, more cohesion in there. Germans are ready to play. Setting up their offense here. So I think that with the disc beyond the attacking brick mark, they're going to set it in a vertical set here. Yeah, they're just getting some final words from the coaches. She'll have Nayes back as a reset. Inkenhager's going to take the mark here. Looks like they're forcing backhand in towards the middle of the pitch. Riping isolated at the front of that stack there, just on the line of the end zone. Wonder if we'll see a shot to that inside-out space here. So she comes underneath. Foul called by the defender, maybe a bit too much contact as Riping pushed past. Go's going to pick it up again. Finds the receiver underneath, that's Spanath. She's going to reset it backwards. stoppage, pick called in the stack downfield. I think Lieneng are not able to catch up with her mark. Scything backhand around from Gerner. It's going to be continued into the end zone for Nayez. But there is a call, another call. Might be a pick in the stack. I'm not sure if that has affected. We'll have a look now. No, the goal stands. The Germans have broken, opening up a 2-goal lead here over the Dutch side. It's 5 goals to 3 now. Look at that raking forehand around the defender. And then the continuation. Intended target wide open. Germans in good spirits here in the pitch and on the sidelines. They can open up that cushion late. Got about 15 minutes left here. So there is definitely still time for the Dutch side to come back. Germans drawing up some defensive strategy. Gerner's going to pull here. Soaring backhand. It's going to go beyond the break mark, not quite make it to the end zone though. Germans choosing to come out in single coverage. Huge bid from both players, trying to go up high to get that. Forge positioning their body well. Just now in the hands of Lieberth. Cutting an imposing figure, nice catch on this sideline. Good work by Brinker. She's been very effective this game. A lot of contact when that up the line cut. Good decision not to throw to it, I think. And the disc is just beyond the hands of Gerner. He can't keep her balance, trying to follow it up. Grunt are going to have another shot at this. And once again, shooting deep. Seems like they've got a strategy in mind. That disc is just going to tail harmlessly out the pitch. Narrow window on this near sideline. In the end, not able to keep it in bounds. Tisson will bring it slightly up from that cone where the disc went out of the pitch. Takes the cut into the backfield, instead comes up line, just Kuhn. And he's going to shoot that deep. Lots of coverage there in the end. Coulart's all over that one. Both sides getting a bit happy in the past couple of points. Maybe this is a bit of mental fatigue here coming in. Thanks for exciting opening if we get another shot of that last one. Yeah, good positioning by Coulart's all over that one. Isolating receivers in this space here. Tisson running through for the D, stealing that away and going to shoot it into the end zone for Gerner. Looked like she had it and just fell out of her hands, not able to secure it effectively. Maybe just heard all the footsteps around, just lost focus at the crucial last second. Tisson, great work to get the disc back, running through, demanding that disc be hers. Huge poach block from Gerner. Great recognition on the play there. Saw the defender was locked up field, saw the thrower was locked up field. Flashes into that lane to get the block. Tisson's going to shoot it inside out with the backhand for the goal to Lieberth. The Germans win to pull away now, opening up a 6-3 cushion over Grunt. Getting another look at that goal there. Nice inside-out backhand there by Tisson. There's been a lot of legwork this game as we see the Dutch side Grunt take a timeout. We're live here at Tom's Tourney in the beautiful surroundings of Bruges in Belgium. Here on fanseat.com. Thank you very much for watching the coverage here today and this weekend. In this game, the German under-24 side beginning to pull away from the Dutch side. Grunt. Got just over 10 minutes left here in the game. Cap works a bit differently to a lot of tournaments here. So the time elapses after 50 minutes in these first games today. When the Hooter goes, you finish that point. If it is tied after that point, you would play one more to determine the winner. Otherwise, the game is over. Almost like an American-style hard cap. So with the time beginning to run out, the Dutch side need to put some points on the board quickly. Both sides coming out of their timeout. If you're Grunt, you've got to try and up your intensity now. See if you can dig out and find an extra gear somewhere. If you're the Germans, you can't coast here. You've opened up a three-point cushion, but we've seen already this weekend, we've seen much larger leads than this evaporate in seemingly no time. So you've got to still up the intensity and try and keep playing your best ultimate. But it's not necessarily going to be easy here. Interesting that even with this large roster, seeing a lot of familiar faces come out for this German side. Just only threw that backhand for the goal. Last point is going to pull here. Big backhand pull. Bit of miscommunication about who fields it. German sprinting down here, trying to capitalise. You can feel the intensity and the pressure rising on the sideline. Nice throw through though. And stealing in for the D is Riping. Cutter not perhaps aware exactly where her defender was. And before she knew it, she was right there, knocking the disc down. Call here on the throw. Not entirely sure what's happened. Unfortunately, I can't hear the discussion from here. This is going to be checked in though. Play restarts. We've noticed he's got that inside-out break. Instead, looking back to the open side. High stall, difficult cutting right towards the sideline there. Not a huge window to throw in. Tittlinger's booked out by her defender. Grunt need to capitalise here. Pass is going to shoot deep, and it's well defended. Riping turn around at just the right moment, sticking a palm out, knocking it towards the sideline, and the disc flutters harmlessly away. Vertical set now from Germany. Did now with Riping on that far sideline. Choosing to swing it into the middle. It just bounces out of the receiver's hands, unfortunately for the Germans. Spanneth. Maybe the disc a bit more slick than normal here. In slightly muggy conditions here in Bruges. Ruiz is going to get that disc. Oh, great block as well. Tisson getting down to the ground. Really, you can see her affect the flight path of that disc. The Germans keen to get back to work here. They're not going to take any breaks, trying to put the pressure on. But just an unfortunate drop there from Nayes. Once again, Grunt will get the chance to hold here. We'll give the disc through now, the disc with Dan. Dan finds Mina. Kulat's now with the disc. He's been a very key player for this Dutch side. She's got the disc now, still beginning to rise. Running out of options, pivots around and does find the dump in the end to Ruiz. This German defense is tight. And Reiping makes the D there, but does she get a bit too much contact on the way through? And she looks like she's landed heavily on that shoulder. Hope she's okay. She's not looking a good way. She's going to have to take an injury sub there. I think it's Mianot on that far sideline. Let's hope she's okay. The call goes for 5 minutes left. There's a bit of discussion about what happens here. Turnover is going to stand. One of the issues though, when you have a call like that with a player injured, it can be difficult to resolve with the player heading towards the sideline. Decision reached in the end though. Tisson breaks it around to start, getting this towards the centre of the pitch to Spanish. They can't make the pass upfield. Reiping trying to claw that in with one hand, but it's slightly out of her grasp. It's not quite accurate enough on that throw. Dam now with the disc on that far sideline. Isolates pass, making that dump cut. A little hammer fake, just teasing the defenders there. Germans poaching off slightly in that lane. The hammer does go eventually. It's going to begin to helix back, but it doesn't matter. Good hands, well set by Linenger. After a small run by the Germans, Grunt to get back on the board, narrowing the gap to 6-4 now. Here's that high arcing hammer. Falling down lovely into the midst of the receiver, Linenger. Dutch side perhaps showing a bit more creativity on the throwing. Things we haven't necessarily seen yet so far this game as they try and close this gap. Give the Germans something a bit more to think about. Germany ready to come out on offense. Grunt's talking about what they're going to do now on defense. I think with time narrowing down, knowing you need to force a turnover relatively quickly, you can't let the Germans just play this around the back. I'd expect to see a single coverage here from the Dutch side. As Kulart's with that big pull. It goes deep as well. Germans are going to catch that on their own end zone line. They're going to have to wait this the full 70 to score. Going with the disc, who's going to shoot this deep. A couple of defenders in the area. Great grab there by Forge, going up above her defender, ripping that out of the sky. And right on the doorstep there. Mark takes a bit of time to set. Doesn't matter when it does set though. Brinker runs through into the open side. Huge stab there by Forge. And nice. You love the fact that so often after those big grabs you get a rush of adrenaline. But she so calm and cool and collected. You wouldn't know how difficult that prior catch was. Flipping it to the end zone for the goal. The Germans reopening that 3-point lead at 7-4 now. With time running out, that could be it. We're going to get another look at this. Two defenders there, good help defense there. But Forge just goes up early, plucks that out of the air above the defender. It's good coverage actually. Both defenders pretty close to that. I think it's Kulan in this front side here, but Forge just rips it out above her head. Dominating the skies. The Germans in control here now. With just over a minute left in this game, it's going to be a case of too little too late, even if they can score this for Grunt. Swinging the disc into the middle. Germany coming out in his own. Good decision here, I think. Knowing that the Dutch side are going to have to score quickly, trying to make them make decisions into deep coverages with people already there. There's the receiver running behind the defence though. She can be isolated. Spanath drops into coverage quickly enough to put off that throw. Gulax teases that over the top. Does take the hammer to Ruiz. Just now on the sideline with Bars. Free offender on that far sideline. Going to choose to try and swing it over the top. Ripington in the air, nice box out and good secure hands on the catch. Receiver running deep on this sideline. Again, the Germans just about coming off in time. Good coverage, but an excellent catch. Really sprinting through that disc. That's why you've really got to attack it. Going to shoot into the end zone, squeezing and threading the needle for the score. I did not think there was a window there, but it seems like they just about found one. As we hear the noise to indicate the game, indicate this is going to be the last point now. I think the Dutch side just about squeezed it in there in time. Closing the gap to 7-5, but even if they score this, it's going to be a case of too little too late. Here we are with the disc on that far sideline. Janssen making the catch under pressure and absolutely blasting that into the end zone. No window there. Somehow, Janssen seemed to find one, jamming in the jam hole for the score. That was exhilarating. Boss is going to pull the disc now for Grunt. So they're going for a big backhand pull. Heading towards that far sideline. Schaefer's going to pick this up here for the Germans. Find Forsch in this underneath space. She's got Brinker, scored quite a few goals already this game. Going now with the disc, looking so comfortable and so cool in that handler set. Kuhn now with the disc. Hits that inside out lane through and gets the disc back immediately. Shooting into the end zone to Gerner for the goal and the game. Germans rushing over to congratulate their teammates. Just double checking that it is indeed game over. And it is. Grunt slapping hands with each other and they'll make their way over to the Germans to congratulate them as well. Nice score by Gerner as well, following the disc up the line, getting it in the front of the end zone. Doing a lot of work with the disc, that time gleefully receiving the score for the win. You can see the excitement on her face. Excellent game here today to open up between Grunt and the German under-24 side. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you soon. Don't go anywhere.